How much would your life have changed if you would have been accepted into the Blue Man Group?
I had a hunch. That's what I don't know. I mean, everything. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I was obsessed with that show, and I loved it. It was the opportunity I felt. I was like, oh, this would be the only chance I'll ever get to play music in front of people. And I wasn't a good enough drummer. I love the show. I think it's so funny. I think it's so brilliant, and I think it's so like subversive. I mean, it's all these things. You know, they just closed the show recently in New York, which is where I ended up. You know, I auditioned in Vegas and then got flown out there. Right, this was August of 2001, so this is right before 9/11, and it was. And I had buddies of mine that were in Blue Man Group in Vegas because they took a lot of our improv classes. We got to know them. Our shows hung out a lot, like both, you know, off stage and like, you know, at each other's houses. You know, it was an amazing time because we were this different kind of show. That was sort of finding its way in Vegas, like the ones that interacted with the audience and not just you know, showgirls or again icons or magic. It was like this weird kind of thing. I remember a handful of them when I was really. It would sort of take me aside and be like, "Do you really want to do this? Like you're really good at talking. Like it's kind of your thing." and I was like, yeah, no, I don't care. I want to do this. I think it's so neat. And yeah, but it would be, I mean, gosh, I wouldn't have my kids. I wouldn't, you know, there's a whole bunch of stuff that'd be different. I'd be, every time I blow my nose, blue stuff would come out. My eye boogers would be blue, you know, like, yeah, who knows? I'd be a much better drummer than I am. Dude. You know, my rudiments would be solid, but.
Well, did you have to paint yourself for the audition?
Mm-hmm. Not for when they flew us out.
There's gotta be a pic.
I wish
There's no
isn't.
way.
There isn't. And here's
dressed up like that and didn't get a pic.
I know. But when you wear all the same color, like
this is pre-iPhone. So
it's pre-iPhone. Yeah, right? we had a disposable camera because they put you up in this like dorm. It was on like 13th Street, and it was all these like-minded, like, you know, all of us were like 6'1" white guys, and majority of it, like if there was 10 of us, I would say 9 of them were, you know, musicians first, or 8 of them were musicians first, and I was more of an actor with like, and I had been literally practicing on like a drum pad during intermissions at my Second City show, or in between shows, driving my castmates crazy, I'm sure, and yet everybody had this like fun spirit, and we were all in New York, flying in from other places, and I remember we bought a disposable camera because we got bald and blue, as they say it, you know, they do a bald cap and the whole thing, and the cobalt blue.